In this video, I will be solving quadratic equations such as these using square roots. And what I mean by that is this. If I want to solve this equation, I'm going to solve it the same way I would if instead of a parentheses, this was a q. So if I had q squared plus 3 is equal to 19, it's not a great 3, what would I do first? Hopefully you were saying I would subtract 3 from both sides. Well, that's the same thing I'm going to do first up here. But let's go ahead and decide what I would do next. So now I'd have q squared equals 16. How would I unsquare this? Hopefully you're thinking we would take the square root of both sides. Don't forget your plus minus. So we're going to do the same steps here. I'm going to subtract 3 and I'm going to take the square root. Okay, so if I subtract 3 from both sides, all right, just like we talked about, then I'm going to have x minus 2 squared is equal to 16. Now, I'm going to unsquare this just like I would unsquare the cube that I had before by taking the square root of both sides. Now, whenever you take the square root of both sides of the equation, the solution could be positive or negative, so you have to put plus or minus. So now I'm going to have x minus 2, all right, I've unsquared it now, so that's gone, is equal to plus or minus 4. That happens to be a perfect square. Now I still need to get x by itself, so I will add 2 to both sides, like this. Right? Don't just add the 2 and say plus or minus 6. That would be wrong, or at least half wrong. I'm going to put the 2 in the front here, though. So that's going to give me x is equal to 2 plus or minus 4. All right? Now, there's no reason why I can't add and subtract this. I'm going to get 2 different answers. So I'm going to get so this is x equals 2 plus 4 or 2 minus 4. All right, that's what plus or minus means. All right, so 2 plus 4 is 6, but 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So x equals 6 or negative 2. So that's how you solve by using square roots. Let's do this again. Now again, if this were a q, like 3q squared minus 12 equals 0, what would you do first? Well, first you would add 12 on both sides. All right, that would give you 3q squared equals 12. What would you do next? All right, would you take the square root now? No, you would not take the square root now. Instead, you would divide both sides by 3 to make the 3 go away. And then you'd have q squared is equal to 4, and then you would take the square root. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to add 12, divide by 3, and take the square root. So the main point I want you to walk away with is treat the parentheses just like a variable until the last step. Okay, so like I said, our first move is going to be to add 12 to both sides. So that's going to give us 3 times x plus 5 squared is equal to 12. Whatever you do, don't distribute. You can't distribute when the parentheses are being squared. It comes down to order of operations. Exponents come before multiplication, so you can't multiply when there's an exponent. And again, to get rid of that 3, just like if this was 3q, I would divide, it's going to be the same situation here. I will divide both sides by 3 like this. That will cancel these 3's out. So that's going to leave me with x plus 5 squared is equal to 4. Now I will unsquare this by taking the square root of both sides. Alright, I get that plus or minus. So that's going to give me x plus 5 is equal to plus or minus 2. Again, we're lucky enough to get a perfect square. That won't always happen, by the way. Now I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and I'm going to put it in the front. Okay, don't just say plus or minus 3. So I'm going to have negative 5 plus or minus 2. But that means x is equal to negative 5 plus 2 or negative 5 minus 2. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3, but negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. So x is equal to negative 3 or negative 7. Looking at number 36, I am going to add 12 to both sides first. So that's going to give me x minus 2 squared is equal to 25. All right, they keep giving us these perfect squares. Kind of wish we had more of a variety, but oh well. So it's time to take the square root of both sides. Don't forget your plus or minus. So that's going to leave us with x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 5. Okay, again, I'm going to add 2 to both sides and put it in the front. So that's going to give me x is equal to 2 plus or minus 5. That means 2 plus 5 or 2 minus 5. So that means 7 or negative 3. All right, so that's how you solve using square roots.